So without further ado, I want you all to fasten your seat belts because the time has arrived. And with great enthusiasm, I would like to introduce you to our first speaker of this series. She's a counseling psychologist, mental health healer, NLP practitioner, arts-based therapist. She's a trained counselor from St. Xavier's Institute of Counseling Psychology and a postgraduate in arts-based therapy. She's a personal mental health healer, excellent in helping through verbal and non-verbal communication by blending all modalities of arts like music and rhythm, voicing, visual arts, dance and movement, yoga and meditation, body embodiment, storytelling, puppetry, games and exercise, along with variety of therapies. She's on a mission. Yes, on a mission to heal this world one step at a time. And so for this, she has conducted numerous workshops across ages from 5 to 12 years old to 18 to 56 years old. She has worked with schools, old age homes, and NGOs like Kotak Education Foundation. She's also been a panelist on with the project Mumbai.org and Prafulta Center for Psychological Wellness. She helps dealing with issues related to individual and groups in all aspects of your life, whether it's personal, family, emotional, relationship, behavioral, or spiritual. She is the best person that I know since a long time. She is a dear friend and a dear mentor and a great motivator. So join me in welcoming Deepal Chheda Shah. Ma'am, the stage is all yours.
Hello everyone, and thank you Punit for introducing me in such a lovely way. I mean, I have no words the way you've introduced. So first and foremost, I would like to thank Leo and Lions Club of Bombay, Vidya Vihar and Zone 3, and especially our wonderful team of this Every 100 Counts. Excellent work. I just heard this from you right now, and I'm really impressed the way you guys have been working. It's creditable. 75,000 is a good thing, and I'm sure you'll achieve much, much more than than your target. I'm sure about it. So, and again, thanks to your entire team for giving me this opportunity to share a bit of myself with you all and with your club members. So, friends, now I'm sure you would have attended a loads and loads of webinars last couple of months. Ye karu ya wo karu. Should I attend this webinar or that? Or I mean, the timings are clashing. The topics are interesting. I don't know what to do, and you would have done ample of them. So, just giving a thought. Why this webinar? Why do you want to do this? So let me assure you, by the end of this webinar, you are definitely going to take something very important along with you. Yes. But before we start this, I want you all to think on ponder this question. Why are you here? Or maybe why am I here? Why am I attending this webinar? What do I want from this? I want you all to think on this and answer this poll, which Puneet, I would just request you to put this poll, and we'll give 20 or 30 seconds to them. And I want you all to answer this poll. Puneet, can we do that?
Yes, ma'am. Soumya is just putting up the poll. Guys, look into your chat box.
Wow. So it looks like everyone is here for. Just a minute, there's some issue. Yeah. Fine. So the maximum people are here for, I want to gain insight. That is 64%. Finding solutions is 31%. My friend is attending it, 3%. I don't have anything else to do, 3%. And the last is, okay. So, everyone is here. Puneet, can we come back on the screen? Main screen? Yeah. So I guess everyone is here with some expectations. Everyone is expecting something from this webinar. So I would like to tell you something here, that when we don't get our expectations, or when we don't find the solutions what we are expecting from something, it leads to frustration, it leads to depression, it leads to not being happy, sadness, and anger, or maybe just you just don't want to do anything, right? So how do you do that, you know? But when we come from a space of no expectations, or keep ourselves open for a different experience, the entire game is different. So I just want you all, or I rather invite you. So here I invite you all for coming from a space of not expecting anything, no expectations, no solutions, just be there. Just be open to whatever comes to you, and then see how it is, how the experience is. So today, let's keep ourselves open with no expectations, and we can just be there, just be yourself. So how can you do this? Chalo soch liya karna hai, I'll be doing like being myself, I won't expect anything, ye wo bol to diya, but how would I do that? How is it possible for me to do? So I have come up with a simple acronym for you. Let's begin with that. It says being you. The acronym which we've come across, which I have developed, is being you. So wherein B stands for being aware of your emotions and feelings. So as it says, being aware of our emotions and feelings. So listen to them. Listen to your emotions, your feelings. Identify them. When you are feeling sad, when kuch karna nahi hai, aaj I'm not happy. I mean, I just don't want to get up from the bed. So what is the emotion behind it? What is the feeling that you are feeling within you? Just be aware of it. Get connected to yourself. And then once you get connected, you'll come to know what has changed. Just think on what has changed, what happened that made me feel sad, or made me feel happy, or made me feel depressed. It's not always negative emotions. I'm sure we might be having many such moments of happiness, positive emotions. So get in touch with them. So basically, I invite you all to get in touch with your emotions, with your feelings, and what happened at that particular moment, or maybe what happened that you remembered, and your mood changed, or that you came to feel that emotion. So if you are feeling, if you come to know ki हाँ कुछ हुआ and something happened and I'm not feeling good, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling depressed, so then there might be some reason behind it. So there might be some change. Now when we go for change, we look around, there is a lot of competition going on, a lot of I can say, where you go out and there is like 10 people doing same thing, so many things. How can I come out of it? How should I do? There's a lots and lots of competition. But if it's a good competition, healthy competition, positive competition, thumbs up, go ahead, it's good. But we do have a negative competition as well. And I always say that competition is a package. I call it as CC, two C's, double C. So competition comes along with comparison. This is what I always say. competition is never empty-handed. It always comes with comparison. So we always face, like, I have a lot of people who come and say कि मेरा बेटा को इतने ही मार्क्स आए, वो कुछ पढ़ता नहीं है, वो कुछ ध्यान नहीं दे रहा है, और उसके भाई को देखो या उसके कजिन को देखो, उसके दोस्त को देखो, he's got such a good numbers, he's doing so well, he's earning at this age. And there are people who come and they say कि उसको देखो, उसका बेटा is well settled in life and वो X amount of money कमा रहा है और मेरे बेटे ने तो अभी शुरुआत की है. So there are a lot of people who come and say कि मेरी बेटी को तो कुछ आता ही नहीं है, she wants to do this designing and she wants to go out and work for, and but she doesn't want to enter kitchen. So there is a lot of comparison and things going on. So I just want you to all to check with yourself कि are you all going through the same kind of thing where you feel surrounding around you has something else, they always compare, and somewhere you feel ki the competition is there, but there is a lot of comparison and you are not being understood or something or like that. So I would like you to poll on this by saying yes or no on the same thing. Puneet, is it possible for you to put right now?
Yes, we have opened the poll again.
Okay.
You can poll through, yeah. Soumya has given the poll link. This is going to go real smooth. I already have 12 people polled in. $24 now. Almost 30 now. Okay. That's 32. I think we can close the poll in the next 10 seconds. All right, I'm closing the poll. I have 33 people who have voted. Here are the results.
Wow, so almost 79% of you feel ki yes, you feel the same comparison, and 21% feel no. Fine. So there is a simple and beautiful solution to this. When you feel like that, ki there's a lot of comparison and lot of competition along with comparison, and you are not being understood, I tell it, it's very simple to make people understand and avoid this comparison and competition, unhealthy competition, which I say. So how would you do that? It's very simple. You give an I message. What I say is I message. I message is what? You tell what you feel, your emotions. So you always keep on saying that I feel that when you are saying like this, I feel not good enough, I feel guilty, or I feel depressed, I feel worthless. Whatever the actual feeling that you feel when someone is comparing you, someone is telling you ki, ha, dekho ye hua, and you are still here and the other person is still there. So you can always make them understand. Give the I message by conveying what you feel about it. Always, you can tell them ki, I understand that what you are saying, you are coming from a space of love, concern, care, and you want us to grow and do good. So that's where you are coming from, and you are giving us and telling us how to do something what the other person has done. But the way it is being said, or what you are comparing is pulling me down, is making me feel worthless, or the actual feeling that what you are feeling, give them and get them connected to your feeling. I'm sure they will understand you very well. And again, you can tell them that I have given my best, I do my best in this, whatever I have done. But as per my understanding and my capacity, where I land is here. So this is something which, if we convey in a right way, in a right manner, I'm sure people would definitely consider and understand. Though we cannot expect them to change, because changing is a very big uh, effort, and it can't be instant like 2 minutes Maggie. If you decide I want to change, it is not possible. But definitely they'll give a thought, and they will always think twice before telling you something like this. I'm sure about it. So whatever you say affects me, tell that. So they, in a real sense way, with your emotions and feelings in that, definitely it will help you. So this was what I came up with. B is being aware of your emotions and feelings, right? So after that it comes E. E is expression, express your emotions. So whatever you are going, otherwise also going through or not, whatever your concerns are there, or otherwise also, we come across a lot of thoughts in a day, a lot of emotional ups and downs. So always speak. You just don't keep within yourself. Speak to your loved ones or your friends or someone whom you trust. So one thing is like where to speak, and just don't keep it to yourself. Anything that you want. So where to speak? Speak to someone whom you trust, um, who will listen to you, probably with no judgment, or will guide you, will listen to you completely and guide you in a very normal way, in a very non-biased way, without any what we can say, without any cunning options or anything else. But there is one more thing. You can also definitely went out and take or talk to someone who listens to your actual thing. With take a professional help. That also counts. Definitely friends, cousins, or your trusted people, mentors. You can definitely go and speak and express your emotions. So here I just want to ask you all one thing. You can answer in your chat box, put your answers. So if you have headache or a stomach ache, whom would you consult? You can just put your answers in your chat box. I've got answers: wife, mom, doctor, friend. I'll have some herbal tea, Google. Fine. So you would concern someone related to that particular problem. But I'm sure definitely you would not consult a lawyer or a accountant or a CA or CS when you have a stomach ache or a headache, right? So similarly, when you have some problems, some emotional concerns, some concerns, you definitely take a professional help or help from someone whom you trust, whom you know well, very well. And it is okay also to take a professional help. There's nothing wrong in it. Or consult someone where you have a trust within, right? So the second, what of being you, that E is express your emotions. Don't keep it up to yourself. Always express them. Now we come to I. I is what? I is identify your self-talk. So you identify your talk, the thoughts within yourself. So what you talk to yourself. So listen to your talks, understand them. So are they negative? Are they positive? Be very much aware of it. So when you feel ki, oh, my thought is something and it needs to change. I need to change my thought, because the thought what I'm thinking right now is taking me to somewhere which I don't want to go. I want something else. I want the result something else. And the thought which is going on in the back of my mind, maybe consciously or unconsciously, is taking me somewhere which I don't is not my goal, which is not where I want to go. You can consciously make an effort of changing it. By how? First, by being aware of that thought. What we took first, being aware of that thought. Then you can definitely change, reframe your thought. Reframe your thought consciously. Then consciously converse that thought within yourself. So keep on thinking on it, visualize it, talk about it to whomever, as I said, express to the person whom you trust, talk about it, and then you would definitely be having a lot of changes in that thing. So the acronym goes being you. We did B. B is for being aware of your emotions and feelings. E is express your emotions. And I is identify your self-talk. Now comes E. Sorry, N. So N is what? Never judge yourself for your mistakes and errors. What is it? Never judge yourself for your mistakes and errors that you do. You should never judge yourself. So you usually, what we do it's a very normal human tendency that when we do something wrong or something that is you didn't want it to do or you didn't intend to do, and unconsciously you did that error, and then you feel, you blame yourself, you tag yourself, we have labels, then our relationships failures, everything of such kinds happen. Because why? Because we judge ourselves, even we judge other person as well, and then out of what we judge is errors and mistakes. So never judge, always rise from that, learn from that. See, crisis is not a situation. I have a lot of people coming and telling me, I lost my relation. I mean, I had a very beautiful relationship with this girl, and I lost this because of some episode or something that happened, some disagreement between them, and then he feels that he's not worth it. Self-pity, guilty feeling, everything comes within. But it is not like that. You always rise from your errors, failures. It is a crisis, and crisis is an opportunity. I always say crisis is an opportunity. It's a it's not a situation, it's a process. Crisis always process, always you're going to face something or the other. Everything is not going to be the way you want and the way you plan and you expect, but we always can learn and rise from there. So definitely there's something, yeah. So definitely we can think of something where you can come up and rise and not feel depressed about it. So let me share with you one of my but girl came to me, like she's a client actually. She came to me and she was very depressed. She was around 24 years old, yeah. She was very depressed and she said, I'm feeling very depressed, low, not good enough, and I just don't want to go out, don't want to go to college. She was doing her masters. She didn't want to go to the college, doesn't feel like meeting friends, and her voice and tone was very low. So I just asked her, why are you feeling like this? What happened? And when when she came up and she spoke to me, she said, I feel no one likes me, no one loves me, no one cares about me. When I asked her about what makes you feel about it, like what is there that makes you feel that no one loves you or no one cares for you? Because how much I know her mother, she was a very caring person and she really loves, and she was like always there for her. So why was she feeling about it? Such negativity, and why? What made her feel like that? Then she's saying, ma'am, you know what happened? I have been on Instagram, Facebook, and I just have 200-300 likes and followers and everything. People don't like me. I'm not good looking and this and that. And my friend, she has like 800 likes and 1,000 followers and FB followers. And she came up with all her FB and this all things to me. So I told her, what is this like? How much does this FB and Instagram and all take you? Where does she, what is that that makes her more important or more followers she has, and why don't you have? What is the difference? Think on that. So she's like, ma'am, she's so beautiful, she's so pretty, all boys fall for her, and she's very nice looking, good looking. I said, and I saw her, she was also good looking, beautiful, intelligent girl. Basically, she was a very intelligent girl, scoring top in her exams. She was doing good. She was the top three in her college. So I told her, "Ki, why not?" Then she's like, no, ma'am, I don't want to do sure. Then I made her think. Think of something that is there in you, but that is not there in someone, that is something special in you. Come up with what you have. Don't focus on what others have, focus on what you have. What are your inner abilities? Focus on that, enhance them, and see what comes up. So then she sat and she thought, and she came up, ma'am, I sing very well, I have got a good voice, and when I was young I used to sing initially, but last 5 6 years I have just stopped singing, and I just don't have that confidence as well to sing. So then she thought of it and she joined back her singing institute where she used to sing. And she started posting her small clips and started giving her shows in the college, all these functions and all. And then she landed up with all these things, and she realized that she's worth of something else. So we always focus on what other people have and what we don't have. So here I want you all to think here that what you have, what you as a person have. Everyone has a very different identity. So what you have in special, and focus that and enhance that. That will definitely bring you up. So in this being you acronym, we did B, E, I, we did N, right? So now we come up to G. G is what I say, go behind your goals. I know it's hard, but yes, definitely go behind your goals. But how? How I would say, how to go up? There are two things. One is consistency. If you have a goal in your mind, put your efforts consistently, but with small baby steps. Always, it cannot be, as I mentioned earlier, nowadays we want everything like 2 minutes, Maggie जैसे. अभी कुछ किया तो उसका result should come like quick. No, have patience. Do it slowly, steadily, and consistently with small baby steps. That will definitely help. And second is have faith. When you do something, have faith, give some time, and don't procrastinate or think a lot. Give a start, just jump in. Yeah, it is not always going to give you a positive result, or it is always not going to be the way you expect. As I said, with no expectations, but give your best. But definitely you are going to learn and rise from what you do, and you are going to go a step ahead of it. So here I want you all to think of something where I want to do something, my goal is something, but as in I have someone who says, Ki mera, my goal is to become a CA and do a lot of, and do taxation and CS and further like that. But my parents wants me to be a doctor. Or somewhere some girl would come and say, Ki, I want to enter into a corporate world and do marketing and do my business management and something like that. And their parents want to take her a creative field or something related to arts. So I'm sure you all might be facing the same thing. So I want you all to put a poll. Is it so? Are you feeling that your parents don't understand you, what you want? Is it so? Puneet, can you put a poll? Wow. So here we have no, 52%, and yes, 48%. That's really nice. So what I understand that yes, people, parents do, I can't see.
You can see the screen, right?
Yeah, I can see the screen. Right now I can see. So there are quite a few of you who feel that yes, their parents, they do understand you, and quite a few, probably 48% who says they don't understand me. So I'll just quickly talk about this for those 48% people where they feel that their parents, they don't understand them. Just quickly run over through them for them. So we feel that it's very difficult for us to make them understand what we want or what we want to convey them. It's very easy. You know how to, I mean, there are few steps. If we consider them, I'm sure it will work. And it's worked with me and my clients as well. So definitely, I can tell you, assure you in this. So first thing is make them understand. Make them understand why, how, what, everything. Like why you don't want to do what they expect you to do, or why you want to do something or take a stream or a stream of for your career or certain things that you want to do. Make them understand, and with the do's and don'ts, like what will happen if they do, if you do that, and what will not happen, like positives and negatives about it. And second, the most important, when they tell us something or tell you something, come up with their ideas, just listen and act to it. Don't react. The main important thing is don't react. Listen, take a pause, and act to it. Once we take a pause and act, we talk it in a very sensible way. It doesn't just come out from a outburst or some frustration or some disagreement kind of a thing. Second, ask for time. If there is something where someone tells you you have to do certain things and you are on another way, you don't want to do that, ask for a time. Ask them, give me some time, let me try this, let me try. If I don't come up to what we are expecting, if things don't work, I'll definitely come back and do whatever you say. So ask time, buy for time. And another thing is you show your passion towards it, how passionate you are there, how keen you are there, you want to do that particular work. How, make your plan, make it a concrete plan, involve them, explain them how and why it is going to work. Another thing, have patience. Again, I said, if you go and come and explain them, it is not going to, I mean, you can't go and expect they are going to accept it, everything what you say. So have patience. Give them time to understand. Tell them ki you don't have to answer me right away. Just think over it. Take your time. We'll discuss later. So always buy time, and time is the best way to do any discussion and not land it into an argument. Whenever you want to discuss something, the time is the best factor to it. And another thing is always act instead of reacting it. So this is what I wanted to conclude when it comes to G, which is go behind your goals. So after that, after being, BEING, that comes you. Why? So why is something you are your own remedy. Why says you are your own remedy. So you have to find your own solutions. But how? Take support. Take support from your mentors, from people around you, from your parents, from the people whose footprints who has achieved the same kind of, or the similar kind of goal which you desire to have. So either read about them, if you can meet them, talk to them, know about them. So constantly take a support, positive support. And second is most important, upgrade yourself constantly. Learn, gain knowledge towards it, which is really, really going to help. But always take views and opinions from everyone, from whomever you feel is the right person to guide you. But do what is your gut feeling, and definitely do something which is not negative and not harmful to anyone else. So if it is not harmful, if your conscience is clear, And if you're doing something where you, with passion and with your right gut feeling, I'm sure the support system, what you have or what you rely on, is going to support you fully. So this is what where I want to tell you about why is, yeah. So why is what we spoke about. You are the one, you are your own remedy. Why is you are your own remedy? So now next comes O. O is what? O is overindulgence in past and future. Overindulgence in past and future don't let you live now. So O is live now. Don't get overindulgence in your past, what has happened to you, or in future, what is going to happen, being very anxious, overthinking. Just don't go into that. Think of now. What best can I do now in this particular moment? When we feel there is something missing in my life, that is the time you feel unhappy, you feel sad, or you even thinking, what is that is missing? That I don't have that urge or something like that. That is because there is a lot of thing behind in your back. Either that you have a lot of baggage in your mind, or either a lot of thing planning future, ye karna hai, wo karna hai, anxiety, kaise hoga, kya karu main. So either you are pulled left towards your past or right towards your future, and in that process you are missing your present. So you are not happy, you're not in that particular moment aligned with your emotions, feelings. So when you think, when I come to this, I think of this quote by Rajneesh Osho. I would like to share with you. He says, knowledge is death, knowing is life. He says, knowledge is death, knowing is life. So knowledge is death is its end, it's full stop. So if we feel that I know everything, that's 2 plus 2 is 4, it's 4, it's a full stop. Then we don't grow, we don't learn, we don't change, nothing. But when we know, we understand, knowing is life, we know, we go ahead, we try to learn, we learn from our past experiences, and we try to let go. And when we move ahead, and then we grow. So it's knowing is growing, is going ahead. It's a growth. It has a life. Very beautifully said by him. Here, one more thing I would like to tell, that if there is no growth, it is equal to decay. So if there is no growth, it's decay. So we need to understand that we have to come from a comfort zone, release our past, whatever is there. Don't over plan or procrastinate your future, but definitely we have to plan our goals, plan a path, a stream to go towards it, and do what needs to be done now in a present moment. That is what in this O I would like to tell you about. Now, after O comes U. Here in O, I would also like to share one small story with you all. So there was this one boy around 8, 9 years old, and he went to his father and he said, Father, tell me, how can I be happy? I want to be very, very happy, most happy and always happy. How can I be very happy? So the father said, okay, go there. On the dining table, there is a bowl. There are apples in it. Choose the best apple which you like and get it to me. So this boy goes and he gets an apple and goes to his father and he gives it to his father. So father is taking this apple and then he gives it to his son, and tells him, "Ki beta, keep this apple with you always. Wherever you go, whatever you do, make sure this apple is with you. Don't leave it even for a moment. So this boy was very super excited. But father, if I do this, will I be very happy and for always? So the father said, beta, you do this, let you do, and then let us see how is it. So this boy takes this apple super excited and he goes. So he was supposed to take it. So wherever he goes, he takes it when he goes to school, to his classes, to his tuitions, art class. Basically, he's to go to art class. Then when he goes to play, so he takes this small backpack behind him, and there is an apple inside it, and he takes it along with him. After the first day he went, even when he goes to sleep, it's kept next to his pillow. This thing is going on for the first day, second day, third day, fourth day. The apple started shrinking little, become little, how you say, colorless. The shine is gone. Fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth day, it started stinking so bad that when he took it along to his school, his friends didn't want to sit next to him. The art teacher said, you keep your bag outside. You are not supposed to get this bag with an apple inside. It's stinking. So he got very frustrated. He went to his father and said, Papa, I just don't want this apple and I want to throw it away. It is stinking so badly. So there what his father told him. If you carry any guilt, any baggage, any negative emotions, any label, any episodes with you, it is always going to stink. It is never ever going to help you, and no one is going to be around you when you are so negative and so much. So here with this, if you really want to be happy, stay in this present moment. So whenever you take that apple, when it is fresh, shining, you eat it. It has the most juicy. It's the most juicy apple you can, and the sweetest flavor at that particular moment. But again, if you plan for a future कि ये apple होगा और मैं बाद में खाऊंगा, तो it is not going to work. So that's why if we really want to be happy, something is there that you stay in present moment. So overindulgence in past and future doesn't let you live in now. That was O. Now we come to U. The last of being you is you. You is understand life's ever-changing nature. Understand life's ever-changing nature. What does that mean? Life will change every moment. Every moment, life is going to change. It's not going to work as we have planned. It has its own way of being, right? So we have to always be aware of the changes, and if required, we need to adapt ourselves to that change. If we get stuck, if we don't change, we don't come out of our comfort zone, we'll decay. We'll not move ahead. So people say, I can't change. I'm like this, मेरे से ये नहीं होता, मैं बचपन से यही करते आया हूँ, और आई एम लाइक दैट, मैं यही करती आई हूँ, मेरे से ये नहीं हो पाएगा. आई हैव नेवर लर्नड दिस वे. जैसे अभी हम कोविड में देखते हैं, जब भी व्हेन इट स्टार्टेड, वी थॉट कि how is it possible work online? I mean, my kind of a profession, it is not possible. I need person one-to-one. ये तो हो ही नहीं सकता. Online sessions तो होएंगे ही नहीं. I can't work, office नहीं हो सकती है. ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए, environment चाहिए. But with change, people who have adopted themselves with the change and tried different technology and changed things, they have definitely moved further. They're not stuck. But the ones who have not accepted it and not changed, they're finding it difficult today to survive in this scenario. So here I would definitely say that someone saying I cannot change and I am not like this and I can't do it, it's a very, very powerful excuse for us not to come out of our comfort zone and not to accept this change. So here in this U, which says understand life's ever-changing nature. So today there is a change due to COVID. tomorrow there will be something else. So we have to understand that life is always going to change. We have to adapt ourselves and keep on moving and growing as per it. So here lastly I would summarize this entire thing with the acronym which we had made, being you. I will refresh it again with all of them. So B stands for being aware of your emotions and feelings. E is express your emotions to loved ones or seek professional help. I is identify your self-talk. N says never judge yourself for mistakes and errors. G says go behind your goals. Y says you are your own remedy. O is overindulgence in past and future doesn't let you live now, live the present moment. And U is understand life's ever-changing nature. So friends, this is what I wanted to share with you all. And I would like to thank you all for patiently listening to me and cooperating me by giving your votes and polls. I mean your votes through polls. And specially again thank to the Leo and Lions Club of Mumbai, Vidya Vihar and Zone 3. Over to Puneet, any question, answers or?
Right. Thank you so much, ma'am. That was quite good. I learned a lot. Some really key lessons there in between, which I can take back. So I have a couple of questions here from the early chat. And
Yes.
I request other people to please put in your questions in the chat, or you can privately send to Deepal, ma'am, and you can send it to me. So first question for you is, there's some this the person asked, what is the meaning of being you? What does being you means?
So being you is being yourself, not wearing a mask. कि उसको अच्छा लगा तो मैं ऐसे behave करूं. I want to impress someone, so I will not deny or not say, give my frank opinion, frank view. It's okay to say no sometimes, but in a right way. So be yourself, present yourself, but definitely being you comes with a package saying that be open to listening to others before saying something, being and expressing yourself, and coming to a solution or to a judgment saying that ki, I want to be like this, but before that see all the parameters and then be yourself. So this is an acronym which I came up with, being you. I hope I've answered the question.
Got it. So the second question is, how do you get rid of the constant fear of judgment from the people you confide into?
Okay. So fear is something which comes from procrastination or from thinking of some of past episode or something that has happened related to it, because you cannot fear something until unless you have experienced similar or something like that prior. So, that is what I want to say. So it is not constant. A person can change. A person. So let's not be a judgmental to that person. Instead of having fear, have faith. Try to make that person understand what is happening, where are you doing. And in spite of telling them or making them understand, you feel that person is not understanding you, and you feel somewhere that you are right, and still that person is not understanding. Leave that person to that at that particular moment in that space, and try not to take that judgment towards you, and let that judgment not affect you. Another more thing is, we always think ki अरे ये होगा वो होगा. Instead of that, think what you can do the best. फिर जो हो it will happen such a beautiful way कि आपको जो चाहिए वो ही हो जाएगा. That person might not even judge you. So something like this is what I want to say. Always come from faith instead of fear. Operate from faith. Yes, Puneet.
Got it. And on the same lines, if it is out of this different if nothing works out, then what, if nothing works out, what to do next?
Nothing works out in which way? Can you elaborate that? Like,
so so could you please elaborate that, the person who has put the question on Slido? I'll be happy to get it answered. Then another question is how to stay focused in life after recent trauma.
right. So I'll start with an example or just a thought. I would answer this from a thought. If we enter a room, say you are just imagine you are entering your room. After 10 hours or something, see, morning you left for your college, your room was left, you left from your room, and then you are entering in the evening. And what you notice first thing, when we enter inside, we notice, अरे मेरा वो चीज बराबर नहीं रखा हुआ है, or something like this is not kept well, or this is untidy, this is shabby. So what we see? We always see the negatives. We never see, अरे ये तो इतना beautiful lamp है, उसको अच्छी तरह से रखा है, the chair is in the place, or maybe the bed is made nicely. So we always focus ourselves on negatives. So once we try to shift ourselves, focusing ourselves from negative to positives, definitely your things will fall in place. But how? As this person is asking how to shift your focus. So here I would like you to make a list of things which you really enjoy. That is your happy list, which I call you a happy list or a shift list, where it can be anything like listening to your favorite song, or watching some video in Netflix, some series in Netflix, or just dancing, or just going out for a walk, drinking a cup of coffee, something which gives you a shift from to your mood. Make an entire list, post it in a wall where you can see it very frequently. It is visible to your eyes very frequently. Now, when you feel you are negative and you are not good, or you want to change or shift your focus from negative to positives, you want your just go and visit that list and randomly pick whichever comes to your mind at that particular moment, and do it just for a couple of seconds, maybe, or a minute, and you will find yourself shifting your focus to the right thing. Yes, Puneet, I hope I've answered the question.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I have more questions flowing in. The one in from the chat is, what about the people who are overthinkers and have negative thoughts and procrastinate? How should they work on it?
So regarding this, as I mentioned in the webinar, we have to shift. Today, again, in the last answer I told, make a list of things which can shift your mood. One more thing that what we can do is assign a specific time of thinking those negative thoughts or procrastinating your future or past. Past, so definitely it's better if we don't think on it. But if we have something ki ye kaise hoga, and procrastinating thing, it's good. We have to do that planning, but design a particular time and hours or minutes to it. So I would think on COVID, or I would listen on COVID messages. Just an example I'm giving, COVID, it can be anything. So today I have planned and made my schedule. Daily I would read messages, newspaper, WhatsApp, discuss, think on COVID related things only for 2 hours daily, fix. So whenever I think, constantly I'm going to think for 2 hours that, read about it in newspaper, FB, Instagram, Twitters, whatever, wherever, talk to friend. But after 2 hours, I'm not going to look at it. Then the next time I'm going to see and talk about it is the next day, again next day for 2 hours. So make a time. That way you will be able to come back to your normalcy and not procrastinate. Similarly, it goes when people say that I carry my work to home. Like same thing can be done there. Whatever you work, you do there, give yourself 100%. Even you need to share that to in your family with your spouse or maybe your friend, your parents, your siblings. Designate a time, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour. We'll all sit together, discuss our work, talk about it. But then after that half an hour, 31st minute, we're going to talk anything else apart from our work. We'll shift our mind, shift our thoughts. So that will help. Yes, Puneet.
Got it. Got it. Okay, so there's one more question, very peculiar question. He's put in the chat. He asked what to do if a person feels suicidal or makes him feel suicidal.
Right. So, Puneet, this is a very sensitive question. If a person is feeling suicidal, so whatever feelings comes up, definitely share, talk about it. And when it comes to suicidal thoughts, take a professional help. As I mentioned, if you have a stomach ache, headache, or anything physical issues, organ issues, you go to a doctor and you don't go to a lawyer. Similarly here, if you have such kind of thoughts, you definitely go to a professional and seek help. You can also talk to your loved ones whom you trust, but taking guidance is very, very important because your loved ones are not capable enough to tackle and handle such a sensitive question, sensitive situation or feeling. They are there for you, with you for everywhere for with their love, care, and concern, but they are not equipped enough to tackle such a situation. So, in that very case, I would definitely suggest to take a professional help. Yes.
Got it. So I have two more questions. One is how to face situations wherein you haven't been able to live up to the expectation of your peers, employers, lovers, or parents.
Now here the question is, can you repeat once more?
Sure. So how to face situations where you haven't been able to live up to the expectations of your peers, employers, lovers, or parents.
So here I would like you to think that what is that they are expecting and what is you first you are expecting. Is it in sync with each other? So what you are expecting from yourself and your parents, your peers, your colleagues, your bosses, what they are expecting from yourself, from you. So first you see if it is in sync, then figure it out. What is there that you need to change? What is there that is lacking within you? Or what it is that you need to understand and learn and then move towards it. But if there is something that it is not in sync, your wishes or your expectations are different and your passion is different and what they are expecting from you is different, then it is very difficult for you to attain or to give your 100% to it. So make sure that it is in sync and then it will work beautiful and smooth.
All right. So last question that I have here is how can we help somebody who is extremely depressed? Like any helpline or what steps we can follow to help that person?
Yeah, so if the person is extremely depressed, definitely you need to take that person to a professional, and it is very much okay to go and seek a help, today through a professional. It is not in our culture somewhere, sometimes we feel it's a taboo, but I would definitely say it is okay. You can go ahead and talk to them, do something where this person support the person to talk about his feelings, talk about the depression, why he is feeling depressed, and build a trust. So the person who's close and to that the depressed person can definitely make him or her feel comfortable. Talk to him, take him to an open air place where that person feels free and can really talk. And even after doing that, that person is not really happy and not coming out of it, you can think of taking a professional help. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Okay, so just one last bonus question because it just came in just right now.
Okay.
Love to end on this, especially when nothing good is happening in your life. How to stay motivated?
Puneet, I lost your voice in between. Can you repeat? It was not
So,
audible.
so the question is how to stay. Hear me now?
No, I can't hear you. Is my Wi-Fi?
Can I take it up? Okay. I'll reiterate what Puneet was saying. So the question goes, how to stay motivated in your life? What is happening? Nothing good is happening when nothing good is going on in your life.
So do something which helps. I had given you few tips in between also. It's what on you focus. If you always focus all negatives, I'm sure there'll be a lot of negatives. But in between all, there you might find something a very small positive. Focus on that. It is always said कि जब भी भगवान हमारे सारे दरवाजे बंद कर देता है, सामने का दरवाजा बंद करता है, तो there is always something behind or on the side, a small window or a door open. We just need to look towards it. We just need to shift our vision towards that. That is one thing. A shift of vision or focus is what I would suggest. Another thing is to keep motivating yourself is stay with people who are positive around with you. So it is like you become like what you are, what you stay with. You know, the people with whom you stay, you become like them. So definitely stay with people who are positive. When you are with positive people, your mind will open up and you will start looking at things positively. So one more thing I would like to tell you is I initially said, make happy list, make a list which gives you a shift, which motivates you. So if I'm reading motivates me, I can add that in my list. Dancing motivates me. So whenever you are feeling ki are nahi, I'm dragging back, I'm stuck, I'm going behind, go to that list. Make a nice, wonderful, beautiful list. Either you write it, either you paint it or print it or something like that. Put it, post it in front of you at your favorite corner in your house and just keep on revisiting that. That will really give you a good shift to it. Yes.
Okay, that's great. That's great. I think, a lot
Punita, I
of
can't hear
insights
you.
for one and I've seen a lot of good messages. Okay, you can hear me now?
Yeah, now better. Yeah.
Okay, great. So thank you so much, Deepal ma'am. It has been quite enlightening. And for all the guys out here who have participated, guys, please don't suffer in silence. Taking help is not a taboo, like how Deepal ji said. You're making a friend who will listen to you and try to understand you. So for anybody who would want to do a consultation, Deepal ji also does a individual and consultation in groups. And Soumya, can I have the slide, please? And you can contact Deepal ji on her email ID and her number if you would like to. And also we have a special voucher today for everyone attending the webinar. So Soumya will put a Google link in the chat box and it will expire in 30 minutes. If you want to avail it, kindly fill the basic details, name, number, email ID, and and then you can contact Deepal ji and she'll be able to take it forward. You can take a screenshot of this, guys. All right, amazing. That was awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time out and taking this 1.5 hour long session. It was quite insightful, and we will be happy to host you again. later in the future, it will be an honor for us. And this is just been amazing.
Thank you, Puneet. Thank you to the entire team.
Pleasure.
For providing me this platform. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.